Welcome to our Park City Market Talk webinar for July 2019. My name is Ron Wilstein, and I'm a broker at Keller Williams Luxury Properties here in Park City, Utah. We just got done celebrating the 4th of July and had lots of fireworks and a good time in town. And of course, everyone enjoys our annual 4th of July parade down Main Street. But summer offers so much more for Park City. Of course, there's the hiking and there's the Olympic Sports Park and just getting into the mountains and enjoying mountain biking. And there's just plenty of activities. If you've never been to Park City for summer, you definitely want to check it out. We have our nearby reservoirs where we can enjoy wakeboarding or water skiing or whatever you want to do there. And then, of course, Deer Valley hosts the concert series, and Park City also has summer concerts at the Canyons Village. So definitely check it out. Our next upcoming event that is on everybody's calendar is the Kimball Arts Festival, August 2nd through 4th, and that is well worth attending. If you're a local resident, you can get in free on Friday night, August 2nd. So do join us for that. Our topics for today's webinar is, of course, looking at the Park City real estate market. We're going to look at sales and prices, see what's been going on there. Want to make you aware of, if you're not already aware of, our Park City new construction guide that goes hand in hand with our current issue of the Park City Link, which focuses on new construction. We're going to talk a little bit about appealing your property taxes. At the beginning of August, you're going to receive, if you're a property owner, your tax notice, and I want you to know how to look at it, read it, and see if you qualify for a tax reduction. And then finally, I'm going to ask Jeremy and Dean to come on and talk about the secrets of buying Park City properties these days. It has changed, and they've got some good insight for you. Let's take a look at the Park City real estate market. If one takes an overview of the market, you'll see quickly that the market is a bit mixed, and so it's important to take a closer look at it. Over the last 12 months, we've seen 1,233 sales. This consists of homes, condominiums, and vacant land. This is all real estate brokerages combined, and that is down by 12% or 163 sales from the previous year. This graph here breaks it down into the three categories of homes, condominiums, and lots or vacant land. The red bars represent the time period of July 2018 through June 2019, and the silver bars represent the 12 months before that. You can instantly see that home sales are down by 6%, dropping from 554 to 519. Condominiums down by 13% to 573 from the previous year of 660 sales. And lots, we don't have a lot of lots sold throughout the year, but a 23% drop there from 182 to 141 this past 12-month period. Now let's take a look at homes in particular, and I've now broken this into homes located within the Park City limits and in the Snyderville Basin, the county area of Park City. 6% decrease from 172 by 10 down to 162 homes in the city limits. In the county area, a 7% decrease from 382 to 357. So number of sales dropping off year over year. Shifting to condominiums, we see a similar thing, dropping from 352 to 299 in the city limits, a 15% decrease, and dropping 11% in the Snyderville Basin from 308 to 274. Now, when we look at vacant land sales, again, we don't have many, especially in this Park City city limits. But again, we're seeing a 10-unit drop from 32 to 22, which amounts to a 31% decrease. In the Snyderville Basin, we see it dropping from 150 sales to 199, a 21% decrease. So overall, the number of sales are dropping in every category year over year. Now, you need to ask what's happening here in this marketplace, and particularly what's happening when it comes to property values. The good news is, while we're seeing the drop in the number of sales, we're seeing property values continuing to rise as they have for a number of years. Let's look at those figures. Year-over-year comparison of home medium sold prices, again breaking into Park City or Snyderville Basin. Look at that. In the city limits, increased appreciation year over year 10. Climbing all the way up to $2,093,950 for the medium sold price in the city limits from the previous $1,900,000 and change. And the Snyderville Basin, equally impressive, an 11% increase from 1,122,500 all the way to 1,250,000. So sales may have dropped, but the prices have gone up. Condominiums, 3% increase in the city limits, climbing from 788,180 to 810,000. So prices more modestly, but still increasing year over year. The city limits in the Snyderville Basin, 8% increase, climbing all the way to a median price of $545,000 from the previous $503,250. Now let's look at vacant land. Park City, 27% appreciation, climbing from a median price of $820,000 to $1,042,500. Now it's important to point out that there were only 22 sales, so we're not dealing with a very large sampling. I don't want you to automatically think that every lot went up 27%, but those that did sell did indeed increase year over year by 27%. Snyderville Basin, 2% increase, with the median price climbing from $484,575 all the way up to $493,000. So just trying to get to that $500,000 mark. Now let's talk for a moment about time on the market. This graph here shows us when it comes to homes, single-family homes, that the average time on the market of properties selling is 121 days. So that's 4 months on average. Some sell faster, some slower. That's the average. I want you to compare that against the cumulative days on the market of homes that are active but haven't sold. And you can see the big jump from 121 of the sold number of days on the market to 244 days of properties unsold on the market. I want to point this out that obviously it's twice as long yet without selling, and that means pricing is important. If you price your property correctly, it should move quickly. If you don't, you can easily be on twice as long as the properties that did sell and still without a sell. I want to quickly mention our current Park City Link newsletter. We decided to focus on new construction in Park City because there's so much going on right now, and it's available for you to read at BuyParkCity.com. As a supplement to this, we created a Park City new construction guide, and it outlines a lot of different property developments in Park City. There's over 35 projects, and so we've broken it into geographical areas, and you may want to check that out as well. Again, you can read that online at BuyParkCity.com/new construction. It's July, which means if you own Park City property, next month you're going to receive your tax notice from Summit County. You want to take a look at it carefully and make sure you're not being taxed too much. The property notice usually arrive around August 1st, and look at them carefully when it does. I've already shared with you what's happening in the Park City real estate market with values going up. The good news is values go up. The bad news is so do taxes. So it's important to take a look at your notice and assess whether you're getting the proper valuation from the Summit County Auditor's Office so that you can avoid being overtaxed. Now, in next month's webinar, I'm going to cover this in great detail. We're going to walk through a property tax notice, talk about the different things to look for on there, and you'll have an opportunity well before the deadline in the middle of September to appeal your taxes if you're entitled to do so. We'll talk you through your options and make sure that you go into the new year not paying more than you have to. With that in mind, let me turn it over to Jeremy Wilstein and Dean DeLeone to talk about how to buy a property in today's market.
All right, well, thanks, Ron. Well, me and Dean are here to talk about the secrets to buying a Park City property these days. We are seeing in the marketplace currently that 1 out of every 3 listed properties are actually reasonably priced. And how you negotiate correctly priced properties versus overpriced properties is extremely important in order to get the property you'd like. First off, this begins by recognizing which properties are reasonably priced and which are not. So each one of these are going to require a different strategy, which we will go over in this quick segment of our webinar. Now, first we'll take a look at buying reasonably priced properties, and these are properties that are priced well. They're usually very desirable, and they will likely to sell very quickly and encounter competition from other buyers who, like yourself, would also like to purchase them. Taking a look at overpriced properties, these usually will take longer to sell, and sometimes, frankly, they won't sell at all. And oftentimes it takes the owner a little bit of time to realize that their property is overpriced. Buying a reasonably priced property, first off, this requires the recognition that the property is fairly priced, and if you don't buy it, someone else will, and you have to move quickly to purchase it, or you're going to miss out to the other buyers here in our Park City marketplace.
Buying an overpriced property typically takes a little bit longer to negotiate, as the seller may need to be convinced that his or her property is actually overpriced.
Mm-hmm. We've had some experience with that.
Yeah, negotiations are going to take a little bit longer, often don't result in agreement the first time around. But sometimes the seller needs to see this information. Oftentimes they've seen the information but dismissed it from their listing agent. Mm-hmm. But they need to miss out on a sale in order to realize that they're holding out for a higher price that isn't a reasonable purchase price.
Yeah, and Dean, I know you've had experience with working with buyers that love a property, they absolutely want to buy it, but it's way overpriced. So what do you do to help solve that problem?
Well, we'll look at the comps. I'll show them all the comps for the area, and we'll discuss a reasonable purchase price. And you just purchase it, or you just approach the situation and try to get it at a reasonable purchase price. We present those comps and make our case to the listing agent, and hope that they communicate that information to their seller.
You know, as Dean was saying, it's important to know the fair price of the property you're interested in, and as he said, and I can provide as well, comparable sales on other sales that have happened around the property you're interested in. And we're here to advise you and walk you through this negotiation process, and sometimes it can go very quickly, and sometimes it might take a little bit of time.
You should not overpay for a property. That's not to say that you won't pay higher than previous sales in certain neighborhoods, because we continue to see appreciation. Mm-hmm. We try to get the best possible price, but sometimes the best possible price is paying slightly higher than what we've seen in the past, and you get the deal done because the next sale is going to be higher than that one.
Mm-hmm. And also what we try to provide is an intelligent, supportive case to present to the seller's agent so they can forward it along to their seller so they can get the news from a third party as opposed to their listing agent.
Right.
So the secrets to buying a reasonably priced property, again, we need to know the fair market price in both cases, and it's important to act quickly before someone else does. Again, these are the reasonably priced properties. And oftentimes we want to structure the offer with attractive terms, and it's not always about price. Sometimes sellers need to stay in the property for a couple months after the close of sale, and they'll lease the property back. And so they only have to move once. Some sellers haven't found the replacement property. So if you're a buyer and you can work with the seller on terms besides price, then we'll often be able to get a deal done. And we're here to help you find the right property and make sure you buy it for the correct price. And it all starts with relevant market data and comparing that data against other sold properties in the marketplace to decide on a correct purchase price. It's not an exact science, but we can get you real close. Again, we're here to help you out and get you the correct purchase price on your property and use our negotiation skills to get the best possible deal.
Yeah, whether it's reasonable or overpriced, we present you the data, and then we together create a game plan to go after a property, and usually pretty successful at it. Wouldn't you say, Jeremy?
Yeah, definitely. If it's overpriced, fairly priced, good to go.
If it's a property for you, we'll make it happen.
Back to you, Ron.
If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can send us an email, ron@thewilsteinteam.com, or to Jeremy or Dean at thewilsteinteam.com. We're here to answer any questions that you may have. And if you're thinking about selling your property, in order to prepare for that, I might suggest that you take advantage of our offer for a free A/B list consultation. What that is we come into your property, we inspect it, and we make suggestions either in terms of repairs or enhancements that will help your property sell faster and for more money. And so you get a chance to evaluate that, prepare that for your home, and then you'll reap the benefits of it. In any event, contact us today if you're interested in a free A/B list consultation. At the same time, we'll provide you with a free property value assessment, so you'll have all the details you need to decide what you want to do in your situation. I want to thank you for participating in this webinar. It's our pleasure to always give you this information. Trust that it was helpful.